Hey everybody, Matt back with you. Hope you're okay and welcome to the dark side of the moor. Today I'm in a very blustery but beautiful Bingley Cemetery and I've come to look for a rather notorious gravestone. The gravestone itself and the person in it are completely innocent to the story that I'm about to tell you, because in this cemetery once worked Peter Sutcliffe, the man who became the Yorkshire Ripper, and it's from here that he said the voice of God came from a gravestone to tell him to kill. Sutcliffe terrorised the north of England from the mid-70s for about half a decade, and in that time he killed 13 people, attacked countless others and committed all sorts of atrocities, and lived here in Bingley with his wife. And most people who knew him would say he was just a quiet, pleasant guy. But yeah, he became possibly one of the UK's most known and notorious serial killers, and the impact of what he did echoes half a century later. So Peter Sutcliffe worked here as a gravedigger for 3 years, and it was whilst he was here he became rather obsessed with death, a very macabre interest in dead bodies. And it was whilst he was digging a grave here that he said the voice of God spoke to him from the gravestone that it was next to him where he was digging, and it told him to go out and kill prostitutes. Now, normally when I film these stories, I just present the bits we know and don't give my opinion. I'm getting this out there fast because I don't want you to think I believed it. I don't think anything like this happened at all. This came out when he was in court, trying to persuade the judge and the court that he was insane and therefore shouldn't be put in a normal prison. He was trying to defend himself. But because of that, the gravestone itself has become kind of linked in with the Sutcliffe law, if you like. So I'm going to go and have a look for this gravestone, tell you a little bit about who is in there, because the person who passed away, it's 60 years ago since that person passed away. And again, getting this out there, the person is completely unconnected to Sutcliffe in every shape or form, and totally innocent of everything. It's just such a shame that he is linked in with it. Right, we'll have a look round. It is a beautiful graveyard, this as well, so I'll show you our journey as we find the gravestone. Okay, so this is quite a sprawling cemetery, and I haven't quite found the gravestone I'm looking for yet, but it belongs to a man whose name is, again, pronunciation may be wrong because it's in Polish, but Bronisław Zapolski, who was born in 1916 and came to this country as a Polish paratrooper during the war. He joined those in the 1940s. He got married in 1949, but he passed away in his 40s, and there's a fly currently in front of the camera in case you wonder what that image just was. He was 49 years old when he passed away, so quite young. His wife remarried and she lived till I think 1998. I'm not sure if she's in the grave with him. I'll find out when we get there. As I mentioned earlier, these people have no connection to the Ripper at all, other than he used their information to tell this story that the voice of God had spoken through their gravestone. So that is the only connection, honestly. But yeah, let's just see if we can find it and see what it looks like, because also he was digging the grave to the right of that. There are some pictures of a young Sutcliffe here in this graveyard. I'll show you those now. You walk through one section, come out at another. I do have an image of the grave, so I'm going to try and just look and focus on the ones that it looks like, which are just essentially a cross, a white cross. Yeah, I feel we're getting nearer. Just a white cross, he says, and then reaches a section that is pretty much all white crosses. The work on that one, beautiful. Wow. Okay, I think I might have just spotted it. Here we are. Wow. Treasured memories of Bronislaw Zapolsky, 9th of June 1965. Yeah. Husband of Leonora. Yeah, died 1998, age 70. So, Mr. Zapolsky, 19th of June 1965, filming this on the 21st of June 2025, so 60 years ago. As mentioned earlier, I'm not giving any credence at all to Sutcliffe's announcement in court that the voice of God came from this gravestone telling him to kill, although the weather has suddenly become very biblical as I've stood here. It's disrespectful to Mr. Zapolsky and his family to even consider that. So today we remember them instead. I wish we knew a little bit more about them than we do. But yeah, again, just purely going off what was said by Sutcliffe, he was stood here digging a grave here. I presume it's an unmarked grave, and he heard the voice come from the gravestone to the left of him, this one here. Let me tell you what Sutcliffe said in court. So rest in peace to Mr. Zapolsky and his family. The weather has just got absolutely crazy. So that was really strange whilst I was by the gravestone. It just, the weather just went absolutely ballistic, almost as if something was telling me not to be there. So I've moved away. Yeah, strange, and now it's completely still again. So read into that what you will, but I did want to tell you what Sutcliffe said in court, how it was described. I've written it down so I don't get any part of it wrong. I've just missed out a couple of the lines, but said something that I felt was very wonderful at the time. I heard what I believed then and believe now to have been God's voice. I was in the process of digging a grave. It was like a voice saying something, but the words were all imposed on top of each other. I could not make them out. They were like echoes. The judge had asked him if he looked at the grave where the voice was coming from, and he did, but he actually said Mr. Zapolsky's name wrong. However, he did say it was that gravestone. This is where the sound was coming from, and that is what made me walk closer to it. So we have headed out on this channel over the years to tell the story of some of the victims of Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper, focusing specifically on those people because they are the ones that matter. If you're interested in those, you can find them here on the channel. So we still have some stories to cover, but I tend to leave it for a few months between each one. But our next look at a victim is actually a survivor, and it is the story of a lady who was attacked in Boothtown in Halifax. We'll bring her story, the location, etc. next time. Okay, so rest in peace to Mr. Zapolsky and his family. It's a very strange feeling being here. Yeah, it's odd, but it is what it is, and it would be disrespectful, as I say, to not remember Mr. Zapolsky as the human being and his family, not for the way that Sutcliffe created him. So the weather has gone bananas whilst I've been here. It's very strange. It adds to the atmosphere if nothing else, but we'll leave it at that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you very soon for the next video. Take care. Bye for now.